Okay, so we are back. Um, let's see here. Shoot. What's up, A Lifestyle Supreme? Our guest, Jason Lockett Sr., back in this thing. Let's see if we can. I will send the invite. Hey, Key, we are back. What's up, Black Tom Hagen? Get started here shortly. Present again. Oh, man. Saying our guest is unable to join. It won't let me accept the request. Yeah. Not much. Black Tom Hagen, just trying to get like you, man. What's up, man?
What up, brother?
Oh man, it's good to see you. Good to talk to you. How you doing?
Man, I've never been better, man. How about you and the fam?
It's been a day, but I'm glad to be here just the same.
Man, I know that's right.
Yeah, man. So, even though I know who you are, you know what I'm saying, know you for years. Mind telling everybody who you are?
Yes, sir, man. Hello, everyone. I'm Jason Lockett. Fellow friend, sneakerhead of Chris, Shorty C. We go back, ooh, 20-something years.
Long time.
I know. I met you when I was in high school when you was at, what was it, CD Game Exchange?
Yeah, Maple Heights.
Yup, in Maple, man. And I've been rocking sneakers, doing my thing in Cleveland, man, for some time.
Yeah, man. Hey, I want to say before we even get into everything, man, congratulations on everything, you know what I'm saying, that has come your way. I see you, doing it real big out there, getting everybody together with their monies and the finances and everything.
Man, God's been good, man. God has definitely been good, and just took some time for me to figure out the path that He wanted me to be on. But man, I'm full steam ahead, so I appreciate that, brother.
All right. Are you still the marketing Mav, though?
You know what? It's that's like the girl you date that she's not good for you, but you just can't let her
That's how I feel about retail. Oh, man.
go. Term is not it, man. But I still love it, but it's no, it's not it for me.
I got you. Well, um, I do have to ask you, I ask all my guests this, what's the most positive thing you've been able to take from the world since the pandemic started?
um, to cherish the moment. Don't take tomorrow or take people or take your liberties for granted. Because were you here in Cleveland? Or
For some of it, we were here up until August of 20.
so it for us it was when we all went on lockdown, and it's like taking for granted the relationships that I have, going out and seeing my parents, or just driving over there. I'll call them tomorrow, I'll call them next week, next month, but it's like, dude, tomorrow's not promised, and the pandemic just showed that. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure. So I can go back to many times. I remember the first time seeing you and your now wife walk into the record exchange, CD game exchange, and y'all both had on the J's. I'm like, man, that's cool, man. A couple they got the J's, But what was your first sneaker moment? Like, what kicked everything off for you?
for sneakers,
Mm,
oh, I'll say the Olive Nines.
okay.
Yeah, that was the first shoe. It was this kid named Jamil. We were at Cranwood. I think I was in like the third grade, maybe fourth grade, maybe. And he had all the wavy light skinned girls, right? Like he had them
Ah,
all. And I'm, man, this dude was the man. Like his dad boxed so he could fight. He was faster than me, so I ran track, but he was faster than me. And he all the girls, and he had the Jordans. So it was the Olive Nines, and then my mom bought me a pair. And when she bought it, they matched our French toast like school clothes. So that that was it for me, man. Those Olive Nines was like the best shoe ever.
Yeah. See, they're about to bring those back, but they're changing the red accents to like purple and teal.
Huh? Really?
They're calling it the the olive Concord. So I don't know. I don't know why they can't just give us the real shoe, but
You
you know.
know, I think the last one came out when like in 2012-ish, 2013.
Hmm.
Leather was bad.
Yeah,
So
and it was brown. It wasn't even olive.
no, it wasn't. So I have those still. And like my nephew and so many other people was just buying for me. I'm like, dude, I'll never sell this shoe. Like, ever. But you just look at it and just tell, like, man, they didn't put any love into making this shoe. They were just like cutting corners. But I love you anyway.
Yeah, sure, for sure. Okay. So beyond that olive nine, what was like the next shoe that really cemented it for you? Where you like, all right, I'm in this. This is the life I'm choosing.
Oh, you know what? I'll say it was that year. I think it was 94. No, it wasn't 94. Um, it was like later in the 90s. I'll say when the 12s came out, and then you were able to get the obsidians and the cherries on the same day.
On the same day. Nobody remembers that. I remember that.
So my sister Lola and I, we were the same size, right? But she went to AB Hart and I went to Elliott. So
Mm.
we used to just switch shoes, and then it made it look like I had both. And then back then it was cool. Well, it was cool for us to have one the cherry 12s and the other the obsidians.
I remember that.
So
Oh,
it was then, and then I really fell in love with basketball. And when I fell in love with basketball, then around like the little penny campaign, and I'm like, oh, this is so cool. And then just seeing like the artwork and the stitching and the thrill of going to like Randall Park Mall at 5:36 in the morning. Remember they used to do the early drops,
yeah.
and it was, to me it became the thrill of the chase, man. And I remember working like Tops and working at Finest, and I know I'm showing my age with this, but working there, man, and getting the slam books. Because remember, we didn't have internet at all, so the slam
Mhm.
books when I used to come out, man, you used to see the sneakers, and then the East Bay used to come in the mail. Oh, I gotta get those. I gotta get those. So that's when I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about this life.
Yeah. Now, do you remember the first pair of sneakers you ever bought with your own money?
Oh yeah. So with my own money, I was working at SeaWorld. That was my first job. And the first pair of shoes I bought was with my own money. What shoes were those? I think they were the low top, maybe the 14s, the white and red ones. I think were those the 14s? Or no, no. So this was ninth grade. That was 99 2000. No, 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 no. It was the Bread Fours. It was the Bread,
Oh,
because it was the end of eighth grade for me, and I was going into high school, and I remember they came out. Um, yep, because I remember that Nike orange tag. Oh my god,
yeah. I remember that.
I can just smell that box, man. Oh my god.
Those were it too, man. I mean, remember there was only I know for men that was 100. So how much was they in your size? Probably
Eight,
about
$80.24 with tax. That's out the door.
like 75 with tax. Yeah, yeah.
I
Um,
got it from City Blue, man. I remember, man.
yeah, I remember that day. It was May 5th, 1999. I don't know why I remember that day, but I remember that day.
Dude, I caught the 19 home. I was so thrilled. I didn't. So I lived on 101st, and I didn't want to catch the 48 because I went to the 19th. So I just walked from 131st and Miles all the way down to Garfield. Like I just didn't care.
Hey, 48 was if you wait, it's like one of the worst buses ever that I've ever caught. It's a 48 to 48A. Horrible.
It was the worst bus, man. It was ran every. I was supposed to run every hour on the hour, but sometimes it runs, sometimes it doesn't. You just got to get lucky. So.
Mess around to get robbed waiting for the 48.
Oh, You're a sit duck, man.
Oh man, yeah, yeah. It might be okay if you were right at 131st of miles, maybe during the daytime, maybe you know.
Yeah,
But yeah, yeah. Sometimes you got to make that walk. It's like you beat the bus home, you know. So
just about.
I yeah, I remember those days. Oh man. So you brought up Randall. I'll always say for us Clevelanders, that was our sneaker mall, and we've never really recovered from losing it.
No.
But out of all the stuff you remember getting from Randall, do you remember your favorite thing or the best thing you got or your best memory of Randall with sneakers?
Ooh, with sneakers, I'll say the metallic fives. It
Okay.
it it was an experience for it was it was a moment like my best friend, like, and then a couple other guys in our neighborhood. It ended up being like 11, 12 of us, and we all,
Mm-hmm.
like, I don't know how we all mustered up the cash to get them, but we all got them the same day. We all came home on the same day. We were so thrilled. We was like, man, day is so awesome. And we had no more money, so we just like wore the clothes that we had.
Hey, had the picks.
It was an adventure, man. It was. We met like the night before. We went out, we was all over my friend Bobby's house, and we just mapped out on how we were gonna do it. Like how we're gonna, like, when does the bus come? All right, sure, the bus come at this time. Cool. Because I remember, like, in those mornings, like, certain doors used to be unlocked at Randall. It was weird. Like, and I don't know how this was communicated to everyone back then, but then you get, or it was still dark in there, so you had to dart through and get to the store. Then you get there. You got my size. Sweet. Man, that was the best thing ever.
Now, going to Randall, where would you usually, would it be just whoever had them, or would you, because I was always privy to, because I was working at Randall during this time, so I would always just go to Foot Locker.
Mm-hmm.
You know, City Blue would be on some games sometimes.
Definitely.
They sell the shit early, they wouldn't have it, on release day or whatever, but was it just wherever you could get them, or did you have a specific place you like to get them from in there?
Nope, I had no plug, man. It was where I get them. And now I'm thinking about it. I have no idea how we knew the stores was going to get them. But yeah, I had no plug. It was just pull up.
That finish line at Randall was really good too before Randall closed in '08. That was probably one of the best ones, probably the best one in the city. So just like what's interesting about being down here, Carolina, is finish line is one of the things that's actually better in Cleveland than down here.
Really?
Yeah, there's just between Menor, at least before the pandemic, between Menor and Beechwood, any runner that I wanted that I couldn't just get from Hibbett, I could get it at one of those two stores. Other than the collabs and stuff. But down here, it's like lower rung finish line. It's not the same. It's
Nah,
just not.
no.
So yeah, but yeah, the Randall era was definitely a good time.
You
Um,
you had to be there. You definitely had to be there.
yeah, I feel like every city has a mall where stuff was popping that's no longer there. Everybody who's watching this is wherever you are, you got a mall like that in your city where it's like, man, I wish that was still there. You know what I mean?
It
So
was top shop. I mean, you can get clothes, sneakers, pick up chicks, like,
get
man,
ran.
rims, get sound.
Yeah. Once they put the rim store in Randall, I knew it was over.
Did you?
Yeah, I mean, they were open for like 3 more years after that, but I was like, man, this is so far removed from where Randall was when we were like little kids that I'm like, yeah, it's over.
Yeah, that is true. I knew, like, when Burlington got there, but Burlington stayed a little bit later though, right?
Yeah, they stayed, after the rest of the mall was gone.
Yeah. I mean, at one point we had what was that, Magic Johnson movie theater? At one
Mm.
point there too. That's when I first saw Paid in Full, like with with my wife. When you were so,
Yeah.
yeah, good fond memories, man. But you can just see year over year it just started to dwindle and dwindle, and it's like, yeah, that whole shopping mall experience. I think like in Cleveland it sucks, but if you go to other cities, shopping malls are still like the thing in other cities. It's just Cleveland is trash.
Yeah. Yeah. I just feel like, when I think of home and I think of malls, I mean, you got South Park and Great Northern, and you've got Beechwood, and you've got Great Lakes. I mean, everything else is gone. I mean, Tower City is even a shell of what it was. And if you're not going downtown to watch the sporting events, I mean, nobody really goes downtown. So,
Nope.
you know, but hopefully that'll all change.
You think?
Well, I'm hoping that with Cleveland sports being the upswing that it is, that it'll bring more people downtown.
Yeah.
Between Donovan and the Browns and the Guardians. Still hard for me not to say Indians, but Guardians.
That's tough, man. The Windians, that's tough. But yeah, dude, Cleveland, I think we're in a pivotal moment just for me being down there in the finance space. It's a pivotal moment where you see a shift in Cleveland from economically. I mean, like my office is in Midtown, and that's off like the 55th Carnegie area. And it's weird, man, because they're putting up $250,000 condos on 55th, and you're like, man, who would have thought? Who would have thought? And you can still see projects like right on the other end, and it's like, yeah, but there's a brewery, and once I saw the brewery go up, I said, oh, it's curtains. Like it's curtains. Like they're going to take over this neighborhood. So, but no, Cleveland is rocking, man. I was so thrilled we got Donovan. It's like, bruh, like give up them picks, man. We don't need those picks, man.
I explained about what dude. I'm like, man, them dudes, whoever those picks end up being, they're in 7th, 8th, 9th grade right now. Like, we're not going to see them for a long time anyway. So let's try to win now with a decent young core that we have, you know. So yeah, I think it's going to be big, and I think Donovan is going to. I mean, he makes the Cavs a true to life contender because to me in the East, nobody's truly bona fide as
Nope.
far as a better team to beat. Anybody can do it.
Yep. And then that
That
whole thing with Ime, it's like, all right. So we really
yeah,
got to, since he's gone. So
yeah, because the Celtics are just because of that, the Celtics are in upheaval. So there, you kind of push them to the side.
yep.
Nets are upheaval. Um,
They're gonna dissolve on their own, man. They're gonna dissolve on their own with the Nets. Everyone else, man, is beatable. I just think last year I think the moment kind of got to us when we got close to the play-in and all that jazz. But now we got Donovan, man. He's 25, averaging 25. He's an all-star on the West. So it's like, bruh, you pair him with our young core? Fuck them picks. Like,
yeah, get them out of here,
yeah, Danny Ainge, he's not going to be around in Utah to even like see that team blossom. He's going to be gone.
Yeah, I'm surprised there. Somebody like that who played for the Celtics, leave the Celtics. I'm still
Yeah,
surprised I'm in Boston.
yeah, and they didn't even they reached the finals, but they really didn't reach. They didn't do what they set out to do. So, bruh, no. You can have those picks, man.
Oh man. So I remember, for one, I also want to say, for Coventry to be what it was, you were one of the people that really, kept me going there, and I want to thank you for that. I know it's in front of everybody, but thank you for shopping at Coventry. It really means a lot. 'Cause, I ain't really had that down there. I scraped stuff together. Well, Lockett, we got this, what I'm saying? But thank you for coming anyway. You know what I mean? You definitely were one of the people that supported me the most down there, and I really appreciate it.
No problem, man. People buy from people. I say it all the time, man. And it's, yeah, you didn't have much, but I always found something. I bought a lot of BBC from there, though, like a lot of Billionaires Boys Club. So, yeah,
Yeah.
nice. And you put me on to Avalon right down the street, and that changed my life forever.
Yeah. Yeah. That was it's not quite what it was, but it's still a nice place to go. I didn't get to go the last the last little bit of time I was in Cleveland. I didn't really get to go there, but I know the last time I was there was a little different, but it's still a nice place to go.
Yeah, it's cool. I like to get like pants and stuff like that, and you would never know that I only pay $15 for them. So
Yeah. When you put on something, it just looks brand new already. I mean, you've always been that way. Everything looks brand new, So, but I did want to ask you. I remember a couple of years back, you let go of some things. Remember, we were talking. You let go of some things. How were you able to get in that space as somebody who's trying to get there myself?
What, like to start letting go of sneakers?
Yeah, I remember you had a nice little list of stuff that you let go and saw, some nice return on, and I was like, man, you sure you could do it? I don't know if I could do it. How did you get to that space?
You know what? Because at some point, at one point, I was kind of going off the rails a little bit with sneakers. Like I was just starting collecting quantity and not over quality. So the sneakers that I did let go, I kind of just went back to the roots as to why I like sneakers, and I had to step away for a little bit. But it was during the time where Jordan was just re-releasing everything anyway. So everything that was coming out I already had. And I'm like, yeah, it's probably time for me to just to take a break. But the things that I was letting go was just shoes that I was just buying just to flex on your friends for real, for real. Like if they come by and they see your sneaker collection, you show them some shoes that they haven't seen before. But I never let go of like my core sneakers that I actually love. Like I still got the Jordan ones from like, man, I'll say like right when I really got back heavy into school after college, like the 2012 on, although the quality was, I still I still got them like wrapped in plastic and my other shoes. But it was like like the Nerf KDs and all those other shoes that are nice. I picked up at SneakerCon along the way. I'm just buying shit at that point, man. But yeah, it's to me it's just the roots, man. Just keeping the sneakers that means something to me. Like I'll never sell like a handful of shoes, like ever.
Yeah, because I want to say, and I'm revealing it on the show, especially to you, somebody I've known for 20 years, that I really feel like it's time for me to really start streamlining my collection because I have a lot of fluff.
Yeah.
So, some of it I'm going to donate. I really want to donate it to some people who actually need it instead of just dropping it in a Goodwill shoot so they can sell it. Like I might as well sell it myself. But I want to get some of this stuff that I'm not going to wear to people who really need it, more than I do. So that's kind of one of my goals.
Dude, it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was tough going from okay, I'm gonna sell them, and then taking them out the box and looking at them, and then taking pictures, and then like that whole process is tough. And my wife's like, dude, you need to figure this out. I'm like, no, this is tough. Like for me to actually post it, and then when you do sell it, you box them, and it's like you're saying goodbye forever.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, there's certain stuff I'm just never gonna sell. Like, but some of this stuff where I'm like, well, I like it, so I'm gonna get every color. Like a lot of that stuff, I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I'm gonna wear this again. So, you know,
Yep. Yeah, man. Just you just gotta toughen up. that
yeah,
thing, man. Or just pick out the shoes that mean the most to you, and then all the shoes that are fluff, just set them aside, or have the missus do it. All right, say, just you post them. Just get rid of these. Like I don't want to see them anymore. It's too much for me. So
yeah. Because it's to a point where I don't know if you've ever felt this way, but I'm kind of I'm beginning to be overwhelmed a little bit. Like I can't believe all of this stuff is mine.
really,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
what's your? I'm afraid to ask, man. What's your count?
I don't really know. That's what's bad. Like I just know certain collections within the whole thing. Like I know how many LeBrons I have, how many Kobe's, how many KD's, but I can ballpark the Jordans, but it's too much.
Yeah.
It's too much. But I think I'm going to do that just gradually, over time, just kind of do that. But
I, I don't know,
uh,
man. You may rip the Band-Aid off.
yeah, I mean, it's yeah, maybe.
It's
Maybe.
it's. I mean, it's. Don't peel it off slowly, man. It's just the agony. It's it's just find those sneakers that you don't want, and then just carry on. I remember we had this conversation, like, I think a little bit before you moved, and I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, like, what more can you give the game? Like you have every shoe, you have decades in this, man. So it's like, what more can you do? You know, but um, yeah, I'm pretty sure you got every sneaker you ever wanted. I'm pretty sure.
not everyone, but most of them, probably 80 to 85%. It's a
Yeah,
little 15. I'm like, I never got to get those, or I had them and they crumbled or whatever. But I guess if I had them, it still counts. So, um, yeah. Well, I do have to ask what you think of the shoe game now. Being an OG yourself, has been in it, just as long as I have. What do you think of how things are now?
Things are different. Things are definitely different. And you know what? This was probably one of the reasons why I took a break as well from shoes. It's just like the whole raffle thing and the whole like now you got bots all over the place, and it's just like it's a young man's game now. So I'm like the old head that's like complaining. Like that's when I knew I'm like, yeah, dude, you probably need to just chill. But I think with technology, you gotta adjust and you gotta adapt because with all these bots, man, you can get so many sneakers, like, and you're gonna miss out on it. And it's like it's not like how it used to be where we can just pull up and buy shoes. So um, it's it's different. I still like it. I like it because I know my lane. And once I figured out, like, all right, Jay, you don't have to just go with the flow and buy every dunk that comes out because dunks are. I don't know why dunks used to sit. they,
They do.
they used to sit. So now everybody gets a dunk, and it's like dunks. If you see a low top dunk on the shelf, it's like, oh my god, what's wrong with that shoe? So no, I just stay in my lane, man, and let this generation do their thing. I try not to disrupt it because it's too big of a beast at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. It's I can see it being beneficial to know your lane. So, what do you feel like your lane is?
Dude, you know what? Just finding the OGs, like the sneakers that I absolutely love, like the penny ones when they came back out, the Orlando's, bruh. I was wilding. I'm like, I can't wait to get this shoe. Like, I couldn't wait to get that sneaker. Like, I was so thrilled. And like before that, I remember what really pissed me off was remember the 95s. They came out around Christmas, but I think it was 2 Christmases ago,
Yeah, 20. Yeah.
and they sold out. I said, "Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Since when do people like this shoe? Like people like the shoe, but it never like just flew off the shelf."
Nah, you could always get it because I feel like up until 2015, they came out every 2 years. Every other year, back. Oh, the neons is back. Okay, but yeah, it's different now. That's different. The pennies are different too.
I heard it was rough for y'all getting them. I hear it was rough.
Yeah, like if you wore anything over an 8.5, it was rough. That was one of the times I wish I was like you, where I could just get them.
Yeah, dude. Actually, they came out for me earlier than everyone else. Like the GSs came out in like early mid July ish, and they were on the sneakers app in like mid July. So I got them off the sneakers app, and for adults, it was like August or something like that, or somewhere around that time. And I'm like, damn, I feel for y'all.
Yeah. Well, I did want to bring that up too. With the game being the way it is, and with you being the very last GS size, you know, grade school resale is a thing now.
Yep.
How do you how do you kind of navigate through that? Because a lot of shoes are more valuable in your size than my size. So how do
Yep.
you?
You know what? I don't know if it's because like the woman sneakerhead is really, really, really in it. They've always been there, but now it's like they have a strong presence. I don't know if their presence has ever been stronger. So like I get my feet from my mom. Like I wear a 7. So now that size 7 is premium. It's like a 10 or 11 now. So I don't know, man. It's tough. I try to get lucky on the sneakers app, and like but for like Yeezys and stuff like that, it's a wrap. Like I just gotta like suck it up. But what's crazy is my wife always get like the shoes off confirmed. Like she never miss, or she rarely miss. But I take nothing but L's. So yeah,
I'm like that with my wife and the sneakers app. Like it's shit that we'll both try for that she wants. She'll hit, but I won't hit. The only time I hit is if I'm trying to get a Jordan that's not a Jordan 1.
mm,
Get fives and sixes, threes. I can get stuff like that, but it's rare for me to hit on a dunk. I did get the ugly ducklings, the first ones, the veneers. That's probably the only dunk I've ever won in a men's size.
yeah.
So just that one, but shit, that's way back in 2020. I've probably taken L's on at least 10 to 15 dunks since. So
So, so here's my theory. I don't know if this is true or not, but I try to get every shoe, right? Like every shoe I think would sell out on the sneakers app because I know I'm not going to win all of them. But then I'll end up getting like exclusive app access to like certain shoes. And I'm like, okay, random, but I'll take it. It's like the Travis Scott ones. Like I got 3 of them off the sneakers app just from like a second chance type of deal. And
wow.
I'm like, what? I'll take I, I don't know if it's because of, me just keep striking out, but now when I buy a dunk, I don't miss. So those lava orange dunks, I don't even like them, bro. They just came out, I think, like 2 days ago. I got them. I don't even like them.
Yeah, you just got them because you. Hey.
But they're orange, and my wife wears a 6.5. So, and that's her favorite color. So I'm like, whatever, you take them. I'd rather get them for that price than go on StockX or whatever and try to buy them. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I got lucky with those Travis's last year because they gave me exclusive access and I was able to get the shoes and the hoodie. Never thought I'd pay $120 for a hoodie beyond the iceberg days, but you know what I mean.
you don't pay, no,
huh?
you don't pay over $100 for a hoodie?
Nah, man. Since I done got down here, I got a little cheaper, because a lot of times the Nike stuff, um, if I can't get it from Nike directly with a sale or with my discount, a lot of times I'll just wait till it hits the clearance store since it's clearance stores now here.
Mm.
So that's been a bigger adjustment. I mean, working for Converse is like working for Nike anyway, but the shopping experience down here is a little bit better, other than Finish Line, because it's more options.
I saw one of your posts, or one of your videos on YouTube, and it
Mm-hmm.
with you was with some other dude, and y'all was like I think I was at Plato's Closet or something like that.
Yeah,
Dude, I'm telling you, those experiences are the best. Like me and Jason, he's in college now, by the way.
man,
I know, right? It's like
time is flying, man.
time is flying. So we used to hit up all the Avalons. We used to go to Plato's, like on a Saturday. We'd go to Plato's Closet, and then we'll find that like some other like consignment shops or whatever. We'll just sift through it and see what we can find. To me, the adventure or the thrill of the chase, man, is like, oh, this is dope. I like this. So absolutely do. So there's a Goodwill on Lynn Harbor in Lynn Harbor.
I love that Goodwill.
Dude, dude, dude. Major alert. That Goodwill got a lot of nice stuff. I don't know where they get it from, but it's like, dude, hell yeah. Man, I got polo jogging fits. Man, I got a lot of nice stuff out of there. And it's like, all right, sweet. I got some Air Force Ones, some all white ones, and no creases. I don't know where they came from, but they were my size. And I said, bet. Like, count me for like $30. I said, man, whatever, dude.
Yeah, I used to go there quite a bit when I would come to that side of town and visit my parents or whatever. I would always try to stop there, and I would always try to stop at the one they used to be at Shaker Square before they moved it to University Cedar Center. Now it's there, so it's a little safer, but
Yeah,
so,
yeah, yeah, absolutely, man.
but yeah, that I found some stuff at the. I'll say shoe wise, the best thing I think I found at that one was I found my Sprite Penny Twos there when it first opened, like 16, 17.
Really?
Yeah, I found Sprite Penny Twos, and I found those the Flight Harachis, the black and blue ones, the OG colors. I found them both there, and they were like $12. So I'm like, give those
Run it.
here.
Say
Yeah.
less.
When we moved to Euclid, my go-to Goodwill was probably the one on Mayfield near 271.
There's a Goodwill over there?
Mm-hmm. It's right across from where that Walmart used to be that just closed. Right before you get to Som Center.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was pretty good. I remember one time I went in there and they had all these NBA authentic shorts. It was like three or four pairs. So, I had to get them. I mean, they weren't Mitchell and Ness, but they were like Nike from a couple years before. So yeah, I miss thrifting because thrifting down here isn't really the same. It's a few spots, but it's mainly just Plato's Closet. It's not a lot of um, good regular thrift stores that I've found yet, but I'm still discovering.
Yeah, man, I mean that is so like it because if you I feel like the whole sneaker thing is like if you got money, right? You can just go and buy shoes. Like you even if you pay resale, you can go and buy shoes. But to me the thrill was like we used to camp at Villa, and get shoes. And to me, we all used to like link up after work, grown ass men, right? Just outside linking up in the winter for shoes. But it was fun, man. It was fun.
Yeah, yeah, man, good times. Now, for you in the collection you have, because you have a lot of shoes.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What what direction would you like to see your collection go in the future?
You know what? I want more ASIC gel lights. Like I remember I bought the Valentine's Day pack from you and at Coventry. One like white and red, and then the other one is like a chocolate and white type
Yeah,
of so for me it's being more versatile with sneakers. Me being like an old guy now or like an older guy now. Like still like putting my finesse on like clothes and things of that nature, but dressing my age because it's different now because we dress the way we dress. So when I'm in schools and things like that, like I'll wear like the Air Max ones with like some chino pants and like a nice button up just to let these young cats know like yo I don't play on the shoe side, right? uh,
yeah.
so it's more of that and just chasing the sneakers that I never had or the shoes that mean something. It's not so much for like the quantity anymore because Nike, they're not stupid. They're dropping shoes like left and right. And didn't they just increase the price of the dunks?
Dunks, forces, chucks, everything.
Crazy, crazy, right? And forces went up again. Yo, not to pivot, but did you see that Nelly clip where he said he didn't get any residuals from Nike for the Air Force Ones?
I heard about that.
Dude, is that true that they were like $59 like in sometime in the 90s, the low tops?
Yeah, but it was like the early 90s. Like I always remember them being when I started buying shoes, they were 69 for the low, 74 for the mid, and 80 for the high.
Okay.
When I started buying shoes like 97, like that's what they were. I don't ever remember them being 59.99. I'm sure they were, but I don't remember that.
Yeah. I was thinking like I don't think they were ever that cheap, especially for men's. But I don't know. He didn't really rant, but what he said definitely did go viral because I'm like, oh, I remember that because this Air Force One song came out probably early 2000s.
Yeah.
I was at Kennedy still, so it was in high school. But I mean, I don't know. Like back then, the sneaker world was like if you had your Jordan people, right? Like cats that wore J's, and then when I was in high school, that's when retros really like became like a thing. And then you had your phone posit people, you had the dudes that wore Tims like all year round and all that stuff. It was like we were all sneakerheads, but everybody was in their own lane. But
Yeah.
now it's like, nah, bro, I'm gonna buy every shoe just because.
I'm all the lanes.
Yup.
But yeah, I remember that. I remember that too because it'd be dudes that would just only wear forces. All
Very,
yeah.
very.
I'm sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
No, no, no. So I was just saying, like, very consistent. Like, cats were very consistent with their shoes.
Yeah, man, I don't even fuck with the Jays, man. I just fucking forces, man. Like I do at least three or four dudes like that. Like, oh man, but
Yeah.
but yeah. So, we'll just say for the rest of this year, is there anything specific that's on your radar?
For the nope, I don't think so, man. My ear will be to the streets though, and watching Zach post. Now he's up at the next in Beechwood, so um, No, I know Christmas time is always hectic with Jordans, but man, that stuff is a hassle. So nope, I don't think there's any shoe. I mean, I don't even know what shoes are coming out.
Well, even though find myself drawing back a bit, everybody wants the new Chicago ones, and there's some interest from people for the white, black, and red too, since it'll be retro for the first time properly since the '94 retro.
Mm.
Um, the LeBron 2 is well,
They came back out.
yeah, that white and gold PE he wore in '06. But now they're supposed to bring back the black and red one and the white and blue one as well. Um,
I will take those two. I mean, the ones, definitely the ones. The twos, not really. If they were the lows, I'll take the lows for sure. But
yeah.
definitely. But don't you already got those?
I have a pair of Chicago's from the '94 ones like you got, but I need a new pair.
Yeah, you look, I need a fresh one.
Yeah, because I didn't buy them. I should have bought them in 2015, but I just didn't. I don't know why I didn't, but we had them at Coventry, but it's all good. So I may try to get those, but to me, the ones and the twos, I put an asterisk by them because it's like people got them already. So it's like, are they really even gonna be able to be had? Or is the site just gonna all the sites gonna crash and nobody gets them because the bots eat, you know.
Yep.
Um, Social status penny twos, I'm kind of interested in those, but I would much rather them just bring back the black and blue regular penny two because they've only retroed it once. So
Yep.
yeah, that's all I really can think of. Oh, there's a rumor that the LeBron 4 Fruity Pebble is supposed to come back at some point in December. So that might be a thing, but I mean, who knows how much they're going to charge for that. So
Yeah, I wonder if they're gonna be like general release or would they be like exclusive? I don't know. But they did put an unknown in Akron though. Interesting.
really,
You didn't know that?
no, there's an unknown in Akron.
Yeah, major alert. Hang on, let me trip. I could have sworn they put an unknown in Akron. I saw it.
I
Uh,
can't even area in Akron that would be able to. Where I need to know where it is now in Akron.
yeah,
Wow,
in Akron.
must be on Market Street or something.
But yo, no, they it is. I could have sworn. Yeah, I'm not. I know I'm not tripping. Oh, I put Akon. So I know that with they're pumping a lot of money into Akron to like fix Akron and stuff like that. And um, yep, clothing store. It's on Main Street.
Hmm. Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, it looks nice. Like you Google it, it looks nice.
And next time I come back, I got to check that out.
Yeah, let's see if they have anything exclusive. But what didn't the unknown in Miami get like the South Beaches? Like, didn't they get that before like everyone else and stuff?
The only thing I know that they had that you could only get there that I wanted was those LeBron tens, the MVP tens. I know those only came out at unknown in Miami. So I don't even think they were on Nike.com. But that's the only thing I could think of since I've known about unknown that they had that I wanted that I couldn't get because I wasn't there.
Mm.
So now it's like a $2,000 shoe. So yeah, can't do that.
No,
But
no, I don't. That you can buy a lot of sneakers with 2 bands.
yeah, yeah, most definitely, most definitely. Well, I did want to talk about just for a bit, because I've seen quite a few of your videos. And the one you had on the CDG shirt, I'm like, oh look at Lockett styling on these boys right quick. But just tell everybody, if you want to plug yourself, tell everybody what it is that you do, where they can find you, all of that.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm Jason Lockett. I am the owner of the Breadwinners. I am a financial planner, soon to be certified in about a month. I help my clients with saving, budgeting, personal credit, short, long-term investing, financial planning as a whole. I'm like the exact opposite of like the Dave Ramseys of the world. I want you to buy the shoes. I want you to buy the car. I'm just going to show you different ways on how you can afford it. So you have to find balance in life with that. I am also the creator of Slice of Pie, and it's a show regarding personal finance, and it's a masterclass on personal finance and entrepreneurship. And I love to highlight local entrepreneurs that's coming out of Cleveland, just to show people that we're not like super special. We're not like God sent. We just decided to take a risk, and sometimes it pays off, sometimes it doesn't. So it's all about the journey. And lastly, I am the executive director of Breadwinners Academy, where I teach financial literacy in high schools and colleges throughout Northeast Ohio, Columbus, and out Pittsburgh. So to me, it's coming up in the areas we come up in. I'm a CMSD kid from like K through 12, and we a lot of the resources, man, we did get exposed to, and come to find out, it's because of the zip codes that we lived in, and by us living in those zip codes, the people with the money literally drew a red line around it and said, "There's not much there." So I'm here along with other nonprofits and, of course, the schools to help debunk that myth and give back to our communities in a very stylish way.
Got you. So when you say those area codes, you mean like 44104, 44105? Okay.
Or for 120 for a part of it. Yeah, the inner city of Cleveland, man. It's what's
Yeah.
happening now is that like gentrification is like so real. And like you think about like Opportunity Corridor, and you see how now it's easy to get in and get out, and you don't got to go down 93rd anymore. You can just right on boom and boom. But what people don't see is, okay, all those houses over there, they're being sold, tore down, and now commercial development is coming into play. So we have to own our homes. So if they want to buy our house, they can't just kick us out. They got to give us the money we asked for to put that coffee shop there, to put the brewery there, and to move other people that they want in those areas, you know?
That's good. See, I mean, I knew all of this was going to happen. You've always been very progressive. You know what I mean? All the time. From you, your family. Now you're spreading, this wealth to other people. Much props for that, man.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate that.
Man, man. So I guess I'll ask you. I know this is kind of, I'll just say, you kind of just touched on gentrification, and you
Mm-hmm.
said that it's real. In Cleveland, where do you feel like it's the realest? Meaning, man, I can't believe this is moving as fast as it is in this area.
You know what? I'll say like Ohio City it's already there, like the Tremont area. It's already a wrap.
Yeah.
But right now, 55th is where it's like on the other side, like the Carnegie, the Chester area, all those abandoned buildings, they're being torn down. The big apartments that's down there, they're sold. So, and this is public information. So you have people from Cali, people from LA, people from New York. It's expensive out there, but to Cleveland, oh, it's cheap. It's cheap. It's kind of like Charlotte, like up in Midtown. It's like, man, this it's like a spoof. Like, what's going on here? This isn't what it used to be. So the 55th area, I know that over in Midtown, off Chester, and then as you get going down towards like main campus for Cleveland Clinic, it's already been money in that area. But now they're just getting closer. They're just going further and further out to 55th, and then that whole pocket is just going to keep growing and growing. So yeah, man, we have to start owning like the land that we live on, because it's so important. So if you want me to move, cool, I'll move, but here's my price.
Yeah, you can't just push me out.
No, but if you rent and you got a landlord, the landlord they don't won't even call you. They'll just call the landlord. Boom,
Mm.
he the property. They get his number from the county records. They call him, make him an offer. He's like, sweet, I don't have to deal with this tenant anymore. Bet I'll take that cash and run. And now we're like, crap, what do we do? We got 30 days to move out, or 60 days or whatever. And they said, you got to go. They're getting so many good offers that they're giving. Like, I know this one lady I was hoping, she got 4 months of rent for free. That's That's how much good of an offer she got. Like the owner, stay here until then, but you just got to roll.
Wow, my bad. Gotta let the wife in.
No, good.
Okay. Well, I thought she was there. Yeah, my bad. Um. So yeah. Um. Right quick with with Jason. I know you said he just went to. He's in college now. I did see that. Um. Does he still care about sneakers?
Oh, now he does.
Okay.
In high school, not really. He did in high school a little bit. Then he went through this whole Gucci phase. But in college now, oh my God, he's home every other weekend, like swapping out shoes because he stay on campus. So, and I'm
Yeah.
like, what's her name?
Yeah. I only ask because Isaac is kind of like where he wants to look nice, but he's not immersed in the game like how we were coming up. You know, it's the sign of the times. You know, it's like, oh, you know, it's the Jordan, whatever. But you know, these kids are definitely different.
Yeah, he's the jogging suit all year round kind of kid. Like that. That's an athleisure. So it was LeBron's for him because he had a wide foot. So those LeBrons were like super comfortable, and he loved LeBron like how we love Jordan. So
Yeah.
and then his feet got big, and his shoes were costing twice as much as mine.
Yeah. What size is he in now?
A 10.
Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird seeing, you know, our youngins be, you know, mid size clothes. It's like, man, what's going on, man? You know, it's time moving by that fast, but it is.
Yep. It's crazy.
Yeah. Well, before we go, because for whatever reason, Instagram only lets me do live for an hour, and it's only a matter of time before it cuts me off. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, man, I do. Um, One, I see the lady is being featured on Nike on the sneakers app from time to time, man. Do y'all have like sneaker battles at the crib?
Nah, I wish, but I will say there's at least about 30 pairs that she has that either weren't made in my size or I just don't have them that she has where I'm just like, man, like they're the satin ones, but like she has the shattered backboards. You know, I never I could have bought them, but I just didn't in 2015. So this taxi one that just came out, that's my shattered backboard since I wasn't smart
Gotcha.
enough to. But she has a satin pair, but it's a couple the pink Don C's. It's quite a few shoes that she has that I wish I had, but we don't have sneaker battles here. I might not win that because you know she got enough hype.
Well, and plus, man, it's not really that good to argue with the woman at the home unless
No,
unless you really mean it.
no, nah. She'll have something for me. I mean, the way my wife's collection is right now at this moment, I would put her up with most dudes I know. You know, I think maybe me and you might be, you know, a couple other guys might be only ones to be able to give her a run for her money.
Damn, man, that's saying a lot, man. That's a lot. It's yeah. Do you ever go to sneaker cons and stuff like that?
Yeah, I used to go to the ones. I went to all of the ones that came to Cleveland, except for, of course, the last one, since I wasn't there. And I didn't go to the one in 18. That was the 2 day one, just because that was the same weekend as my wife's birthday, and I was planning a surprise party for her with all of her friends and people. So I didn't make that one. But yeah, we went to one or two sneaker events out here post pandemic, but unfortunately, it was all pretty much pandemic. But I used to always go in Cleveland.
Nice, nice, nice,
You
nice,
know.
man. So, is there a shoe that has eluded you that not like outside of this, like the shatter backboards, that that's not in your collection that you just can't wait to get if it re-releases?
Oh yeah. When I get a chance to show it, hopefully it'll come up. It's the shoe. It's unretroed. It's the Air Max 294 Runner. It's
Dude,
never.
you be posting that shoe.
Yes, that shoe. That you know what I'm talking about. I've been posting that for years. That's the shoe. I'm telling you, if that shoe ever comes back, I quit. I quit. I'm gonna buy maybe 5 or 10 pairs, and then I'll be done with sneakers. That's
Yeah.
the top. And this is a regular old shoe, just never got retro, but that shoe is the one.
You know, for me, it's the diamond turf, the teal, like that teal color is like white, black, and diamond turf is like top five all time in my opinion. Like that teal color, I never got them.
I never had it either. Or the black and purple. Like I've only had the first one, the Falcons one. I've always wanted those other two. Now that teal pair came out in 17, but I don't know how I missed it. I don't know where I was or how I missed it, but I missed it.
They didn't come out in GS, I don't think.
Okay, okay, yeah. I'll definitely be on the lookout for you since I know that you want that now. But yeah, that's a nice pair. Sucks that it doesn't have the 21 and 24 on it, but that's just a small thing. It doesn't really matter for real. We
Yeah,
know.
because Dion wanted that bread.
Yeah, they were. I don't understand why they weren't trying to give it to him.
That's Nike, man. They wasn't trying to give him the money, so you know.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. But yeah, I enjoy the sneaker shows. Since you asked me about sneaker cons, it's kind of a mixed bag. If it's not sneaker con itself, it's usually not worth it because sneaker con is so big where you know somebody's gonna have something and you got the trading pit. But if you go to a regular sneaker show, you're paying $30 or $40 to get in. So then you really want to buy something because you already had to pay to get in here. And if everything is skyball, it's kind of like you wasted your money and time.
Yep.
You know, so um, because I was in talks with the sneaker con people at one point in time to display there, I was able to get in free twice. But after I declined them, the last time I had to start paying to get in, which was fine. But you know, I just if somebody's never done it, it's a lot of work displaying in a sneaker show, and
Is
it's
it?
yeah, it's a lot of work because you gotta, you know, if you're trying to display stuff just to display it and you're not selling it, you know, you kind of want somebody to be there at the table, but then you don't want somebody to think it's you if you're out mingling and walking around too. It's a whole thing, but just lugging the shoes back and forth, it's a lot of work.
Bruh, I know. And I know when you moved, I know that was a pain.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we were fortunate that we had movers, but
Okay.
it was a lot. It
It,
was, it was
it took us so long to move these shoes. Like when I moved, and I'm like, bruh, this is painful. And then getting them out of the truck, I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. So we didn't have much to move when we bought our house. We didn't have much to move. So, but those sneakers, that alone, I should have hired help.
yeah, yeah. I mean, and again, it's no truer saying than you never know how much you really have until it's time to move. So
Yep.
you
One of
know,
the experiences ever.
yeah. Well, I definitely want to thank you for taking time out of your schedule, you know, to talk with me a little bit. And you know, I really like I can't thank you enough for, you know, all the support you gave me at Coventry. You came to Tower City, you know, all that, man. I really, really appreciate it.
No problem, man. You were at Tower City. I remember I got that penny pack from you.
Yeah, yeah. I think I sold you the last Barkley retro down there too. I think.
Yup. You sold me those all red sixes that was there. Uh,
Oh, forgot about those,
yup. I still got them. Yep. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
man. Well, they're telling me I got 30 seconds left, so I'm gonna
All
just.
right, brother.
But I will be in touch. Thank you so much, my friend. Continue prospering and helping these folks. I love to see it, and I will talk to you very soon, my friend.
Will do, brother. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Thank you. Peace.
Anytime.